Hello and welcome to the Treasured Page. I'm Melanie and this is our quiet crafting space. I wanted to follow on with what I've been doing recently, looking at index cards and journaling cards and creating little private spaces where you can tuck into a journal to be able to write and have it, maybe if you don't want it on display, but just to looking at some fun treasured elements that you can create just very simply. So all I've done here is I had a couple of index cards and they had a cut in the top, so they weren't perfect. And what I wanted to do was create smaller cards, so I have just cut them in half. And I'm going to use the two with the little cut at the top because those are my junk ones. Well, it's all junk really, because these are too thin to do the job that they were intended for, so they're being repurposed into the junk journals. But arguably absolutely brilliant for what I want now for journaling, so they are a useful supply. They are thin ones. I'll leave the link below. Get a massive pack of them, and they're very inexpensive, and they're just such thin paper card. You can't even call it card. It's perfect for this, but not for what I wanted it for. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my washi tapes because I've been having some fun with that. And last time I created something like this. Look, they're all falling in. Where I put washi tape down as a background, a couple of elements on the top, and I created a flip. And I think that's quite nice because it can be decorated on both sides. So if you want to have a look at the video and craft along with me, that was one to do. Really good. So this is just following on from that. So we'll just limit ourselves to one. All I'm going to do is I'm just going to use my washi tapes. I don't use them. So they're all just sitting here. You know, I feel like I need the collection, and I do use little bits, but when I use them I'm only using tiny amounts, and they don't always, you know, maybe this is a good one to use the washi tapes that you don't use. I have ones that I use all the time, my go-to ones. They're pretty, sort of, I like this sort of thing. They're nice to add, nice block of colour, and but then that I might not use that so much. Or that, because I find the colours don't always go with what I want. This is a good way to use up, not so much use it up, but just use it. Just use it, because otherwise they're sitting there, aren't they? Can't even get them out. Ooh. Okay, so I've got a few there that I probably don't use enough. They don't feel very sticky, so I'm just going to run some extra glue over this. And then that will stop them peeling up. And I think I'll just... Oh, that was a spare bit. Yeah, after a while, in the warmth of the home, they can start to dry. I'm just, for ease, I'm turning it that way. And I'm just... think I might... I just changed my mind right at the last second there because I just thought it would be quite nice to have a darker edge. So I'm going to put this one on the edge there next to it. I'm working at a funny angle, so I can't see if that's straight or not. But I'm going to need some scissors just to detach them. Yeah, they work nicely, don't they? And then sort of have a little play. I think that's the best thing. I've got this one as well. These things sort of, I never know what to do. I always use these for sort of wrapping up, but actually they're quite fun. Bring that bit up. Just have that. They just sort of overlap quite nicely with one another. And I think as crafters, we collect these, we feel like we need 150 of things, and then we just sort of go, oh, this is my collection of washi tapes that I look at and never really know what to do with. Now this one seems to be breaking. And just, yeah, did you see that? So that is when a washi tape is getting to the end of its life and it's now deciding to stick. It could be that it's got damaged on the edge. It's still usable, obviously we will use it because we are junk journalers. But that is when you find, I think that's not going to be right for what I want, but that is going in the next idea. And now it's stuck in front of me, I will see it. This is the other thing, when I don't see things, they're not there. I don't have them anymore. They don't exist. Okay. And then you just come round, cut off the excess. It is a bit of a sticky project. The other thing to do, if you've got one, or find something like the edge of your scissors, just run over the top to really get everything to stick down, particularly along the edges. And it is best to do that before you cut everything off, because then you know you've got a nice seal. I realise I am welding it to my surface there, but did you hear that? It actually did stick down because you're applying the pressure and you're pushing the fibres in together where there is an adhesive on the washi tape, and I've obviously put some on with the glue as well. So in theory there shouldn't be any reason why it peels up now. Wow, there you go. Look, now I've even got a bit of a theme happening there, because we've got the coffee pot, we've got the brown strip there, what looks like old vintage wallpaper, and that's the little journaling card. That, to me, is quite a nice piece. I wouldn't want much more done to it. The only thing now I'm hunting about for is I've got a decorative edge punch, which allows me to make tags, and I thought that if I maybe embellish the corners that just adds an extra then it works. Could keep the corners, but they're actually very thin, so it's a very thin project, and that could have been a book page and another sheet of paper, and just to have a nice lightweight journaling card is perfect for the journal, because we want to keep everything flat. And then just to finish that off, all I do is put a little ink edge, because you can see where the white edges are. Can you see? And we just take that down with the blending tool. And these can come together quite quickly. Now, because you've got that focal image on there, I don't really think it needs a great deal more. The only other thing that probably look quite nice is a little ticket. And you can see where things go stuck on wonky, but I also think that adds to the charm of the vintage feel, because nothing was precise back then. It did have a slight, you do get slight wonky edges, particularly if you go. Oh, this just reminds me of an old coffee house, you know, with wonky edges on, and maybe the building's so old. I think that's great. And then just to, we'll need a piece of paper. I did have one. Just to give that aged feel, a little bit of nostalgia, as suggested by the images on the front. Just go in a circular motion with a wee bit of ink. I'm using Distressed Ink by Ranger. This one is frayed burlap. You can buy these in kits, mini kits, and then you get a few colours, which is useful because you get a black as well as a couple of other we get 4 in a kit. I think kit 3 is a good starting one because you get a nice pale linen colour like a cream, and then you get 2 browns, a darker one and a lighter one, and then you get the black. So that's one idea. I want a label really. That's where the glue went. Been looking for that. I've just got these little pots and cups and things around the place, but something like that, that's quite fun, isn't it? Yeah, so it could be a word, it could be some random nonsense, and it could be something like, that's probably a bit small. I don't think you need anything more because I think the washi tape does a lot of the talking. Maybe just a little, you know, little extra bits that could just jump in there. I quite like the greetings. I never know what to do with that as well. So when it finally looks right on a project, what does that say? Oh yeah, or a date. Because I just feel like I'm in an old coffee house or coffee shop. So greetings is quite nice. You've been welcomed in for a nice coffee. I've just got things, you know, I collect these things and then they seem to sometimes just be the right thing. Just the very thing. Oh, tell you what I've got. If it's going to be a coffee house, I've got this that I've been, little sticker. No, too much on the front. Let's have greetings there, I think. Or you could have it up here. Oh, that's nice. Oh, let's have that. I like that. We'll maybe do something else on the front if it wants it. Maybe that date might look great. Good. So, yeah, just little fun journaling cards. It's a nice little thing to sit here and do. Just unwind from the day. That will be fine with a stick glue. Just roll over the top. And that where it wants to be. Oh. So I want to move that one. And then this is a sticker. I like these ones because they come with paper backings. So, and they're very, very sticky. They're not washi. But the whole thing's paper, thankfully. So we're just going to stick that there. And that is an interesting little card. And I think, you know, that would be really nice. That does remind me of going to a coffee shop, any coffee shop right now, because this is the vibe in most of the coffee shop themes. Is just a harp back to the good old days or the olden days. And, you know, if that's a little memory of going and having a meeting with a friend, I might just want to say the date, who I met, and just a little joke, you know, a little one-liner from from my conversation with my good friend, and then that will go into the journal. And that's all that is journaling. This is a creative way of journaling with all the little things that you may have collected. So we had this one, but nothing to say we couldn't have that one, and particularly because it picks up that colour tone, we can have two. So this is another one that I did, and no, you know, they look great together. The more the merrier, really. But it could be pinned on elsewhere later on in the journal, or it could tuck in here and pinned to a similar colour tone. Yeah, so you know, that's my little coffee with my good friend, or two friends actually. We had a right giggle. And I think that that's lovely. So that's perfect. That's that memory. Oh, hang on. I was going to put a date on it. Could put that date. It doesn't even need it really, because it's got enough going on there. But you could add something extra if you felt it needed it. I'm really pleased with that. I like another one. Let's do another one. Oh, little butterfly. Hello. Right, you can stay because we might add you somewhere. Okay, so that was the coffee shop. This one looks like it's got botanical bits. I need a card. Here it is. Glue. So get your washi tapes, get a little piece of paper, pause the video, grab the things. Let's craft along, see how many you can make. You can tag them up on Instagram to the treasured page. Give me a little thumbs up or tab, or to, you know, however you do it, to make it link so I see it, and then that would be brilliant to see what you do. I can did we have this one before? Don't think we did we? No. Gosh, there's no stickiness in that at all. I'm going to put that. Some of them are just really poor, I think. They just dry out. I don't know what I expect. I have had them for over a year just sitting in the drawer, so perhaps my expectations are very high. Let's do the edge. That looked nice. Let's bring in a paler colour and see what that looks like. Does that work? Yes, it does. I quite like it because you can see the lines through. Which is interesting in itself, just doing that. I'm going to give a green one as well because that's almost a bit too pale. Oh, can you see that? That's a fault in the colour. Just going to lose that bit. So I've bought some of these come in a kit, like a set. They come in a box. I'll leave some links to sets that I've either got here or what I'm talking about, because they are really old, so the ones that I've got might not be available anymore, but I will link the sort of thing that I would buy. It come in a box of a few of them, and then you get all the colour tones, and then they all work together, which is really good from doing something like this. But if you want to mix it up a bit, I think it's quite nice to bring in one of these black and white ones. Certainly that worked very nicely with what we just did. And then look at that. I mean, we've already got our journaling card. Let's just cut it roughly. I feel like I'm working in a muddle again, and I just want to make sure that I squash it all down. It really blends those edges in together as well, and it stops it from peeling up, particularly on the corners. If you've used a decent glue stick, it will really stick it down. And then that's, you know, that's a permanent thing. It'll last a long time. So let's just see what sort of what this makes me feel. Yeah, yeah. So don't know why, it sort of feels like that's a restaurant feel as well. I don't know why. Maybe it, what on earth is that? Not that, definitely not that at the moment. Maybe a stamp. Cat mint. I think that's an advertising one. Or a mushroom, and then that ties in. I think I prefer the bee. Or the butterfly. I don't know, the butterfly's doing something odd. I've got an odd butterfly stamp here. Okay, alright. I think it's the mushroom after all. Mushroom or bee? Shout. They're both nice, aren't they? You can't really go wrong. But this is not quite right. Oh. So I'm going round the corners. In fact, if I do that now, sometimes that changes the look of everything, and then I might not like the stamps at all. So I had that one before. Let's try this one. Just because I've got it. Oh, that's nice. And then we turn that over. And just do it. Is that right? Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. Getting in a muddle. Yes. Is that right? Yes. 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 Good. Yeah, completely different look now. Possibly preferred it more without the curve, but that's interesting. So we work with what we've got now and see whether we want to bring anything more into it. Like that. That's what you do with cut flowers, isn't it? You put it in a vase. So we're going to have that, because that was nice with coffee pot the other day. The other day. Literally 5 minutes ago, I think. Oh my goodness, I think it's that time of day that I need a coffee. I'm talking nonsense. It must be coffee time. Oh no, that is not straight. Gosh, these are very sticky. That's lovely. And then I think I need to ink around the edge of everything here. So a vintage photo would be good, but that would require me finding it. And therefore I'm using frayed burlap at the moment, because this is the only brown that is on the desk. Everything else has been put away in its rightful place, which means I can't find it. It is under a pile of other stuff from 2 projects ago. So it isn't to hand, and when things aren't there, I can't use them. But I definitely need something down there. What can we have? What can we have? So I think this would have been nicer in the middle, like it was on the other one, and framed. It's all a learning curve, isn't it? What about if I have something that's bold, like this sticker here? What is this? Oh, I love that. Why am I covered in it? I love the bee, even though he's got that white edge. What was I going to put there though? I did have a little plan, and then I started inking. What happened to my plan? Plans change, guys. Plans change. It's a bee now. I think it was a toadstool before, but hello. That's interesting. I did have a bee, but that's a nicer bee, isn't it? Good. And I don't know what happened to the toadstool. He didn't want to come and be part of this project, so we'll turn up another one elsewhere. Let's put that there. Something there now, just to give that a finish. I'm stacking things on top of other things. It's all a bit of a helter-skelter situation. Everything could just tumble in at any given moment. Goods shipped at buyer's risk. Is it? No. Oh, I think we're totally running out of the little label things that seem to make projects come together. I just need the tiny things. Oh, fabric is another idea. I'm not in a fabric mood today. Well, there's the mushrooms. That's from Tim Holtz Field Notes. There's a few little mushroom. Oh my goodness. Tickets and things. Sometimes this is what you need to do. You just need to throw it on the desk and see what pops up. Have a wonderful day. Yes, that's going there. Good. Good, good. I do want to have a wonderful day. I'm having a wonderful day because I'm getting a lot of things done, and that always makes me feel a sense of achievement. And even though I've got a million and other things to do, just sitting down and quietly processing here, having a little play and a little sort of plan of what's next after this, is making me feel very centred and very calm. And that's why this quiet craft in my own little quiet space is just exactly what I need to just makes me more, what's the word? Available, present, able to get things done calmly, happily, willingly. There you go. All of those things. That's what craft does for me. I'd love to hear what you think about just being able to sit down. That's nice, isn't it? How about that? And then you could write down what it all was in your journal as a little memory. Good, good. That's the idea there. Ooh, don't lose the washi tape. This wants to sort out. I can't find anything. It's all getting a bit over the top here. Love that. Wrong colour. Good. That's why I keep them, because I just suddenly see something important about it. I think that's simple enough without that. Oh, I don't know, I quite like that. Let's have that as well. Right. These are digital kits, I believe, from Tracy Fox. They are her random little labels. Not all of them, this one definitely. And this one I think, well, I think it's a sticker, so it probably came in a kit or a, I don't know where it came from. Maybe somebody gave it to me. But this one definitely is a Tracy Fox label. And the glue's gone. So it is a little random label, but it's a random little card. So it's perfect, isn't it? What more do you want? You want a little random label on a little random card. And then you can make it all make sense with what you write on the back. Entirely up to you. So I think that's really nice. I think that goes in the journal. And it sparks off a little memory. I'm thinking of, that is a coffee shop, but it feels like a little bit worky. Maybe there's a work element, or maybe you're buying something or planning something. Planning in an artistic way. Nature with the bee. Don't know, but it all works. And it's come from whatever was strewn around the desk. Bit of glue up there. We won't worry about that. And then we just pop it in something. I think I'm getting a bit full with things in here now. How lovely is that? I love that. I'm going to pin that straight in there. That just ties in nice. What have I got here? Just a paper clip would be great. Ta-da! There we are. A simple craft. I don't know what I did with the other one. Was it in here? Where did it go? There it is. Oh, I feel like that one might want something at the bottom now. Let's get them both back. There they are. Doesn't need much, but you could. You could add. There's two options there, isn't it? You don't have to, and then you could. You can take it as far as you want to, but if you just want something very simple, just to note down what you did and feel like you want, if you've committed yourself to just writing something once a week or once a day, and you want something in there a little bit more private, that's an idea, and it's very simple and very quick. Really nice little 20-minute project to just get your journal done and feel like you've achieved something, and when you open it up next time, it's oh, it's lovely. I am always thrilled by the things like, oh, it all pops back at me, and it's a nice little welcoming memory of what's happened in here. So yeah, we've got more to do at the back, and these are great idea with washi tape. Brilliant investment. All right, well I'll leave some links below to all the little bits that I tend to go for when I'm collecting my things, so you can see. And there we go. I hope you've had fun with this washi tape journaling card project today, and do have a go and let me know what you do with your washi tapes. Okay guys, thank you for joining me, and do like and subscribe to the channel so you can see some more ideas and craft along with me. It'd be absolutely fun to hear your thoughts and your comments down below, and if nothing else, just slow down guys and make crafting time for you. Bye bye now.